Have you ever been asked just a regular, just generic, simple question, and you've not realized that it was a generic, simple question, and you've just zipped off and given way too much information, just detail after detail? Well, this happened to me just before my last race. We're lined up there in the corral in the chute, a couple minutes to go, standing around waiting, and somebody, I think they're just making nervous chatter, comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you know anything about the course?" And with that, now I didn't give just a simple answer. I launched into it. I was like, "Okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna start out here, and the course makes a sweeping right-hander, pretty flat, nice wide roads. Get yourself in position here. Following a couple more turns, you got a little bit of a slight ascent here, like a false flat. It's not a big deal, but you got to really watch your effort here because it's early in the race. You're going to have adrenaline pumping. Your pace is influenced by the crowd, all the runners around you. Keep yourself under control. Don't burn a match here. It's too early. After this ascent, if you get through that, under control, right where you want to be, hopefully, a left-hand turn, the course is now just gently rolling for a little while. You're going to travel along here. Keep your stride under control. Your breathing should be fine. Heart rate is under control. Everything is calm and comfortable. It's early in the race here. Okay? Make sure you're hitting the apex all those turns, though, in the beginning. Don't be running the long way around when the road curves a little bit. Find the shortest distance between 2 points. It's a straight line. You should have learned that in geometry class. Okay, that's key. Once you get your first split, now you can adjust accordingly with your pace. Are you where you want to be? Did you go out too fast, too slow? You use that information wisely. Get yourself locked in. The course is not too difficult here for a little while. It continues with this flat, just slightly rolling. Then you're going to make a right-hand bend. You got a nice hill, a good ascent here. 3/8 of a mile maybe, 5-6% gradient. It's going to cause you to work. Get the knees up, pump the arms, keep yourself under control, but don't lose any ground here. Get yourself up that hill. Stay focused. Your breathing, your heart rate, it's going to increase. That's fine. This is a tough part of the course. Once you hit the top, again, right-hander, you do not descend right away. You're going to be up on top, a slight descent with some little rollers in it. You got to try and recover here. That's the tough part. After that big effort up the hill without getting the descent, you got to try and recover. Get yourself tall, get some good breathing in, keep taking the legs over. Eventually, you're going to hit the nice descent down Main Street. Use your momentum here. Keep your feet underneath you. Keep the legs ticking over, and really get yourself down. Use your momentum. Work with gravity. Okay? Then you're going to hit a nice flat section, rail trail. It's shaded. It's good. But this is mentally tough. You got to stay strong here. All right? You're starting to feel a little tired. Here it's all about being mental. It's flat. It's going to feel a little easier because of that. Do not mistake that and then allow your pace to suffer. You got to really push it here. Start picking some targets out in front of you, trying to catch some people. Move up a little bit. After the rail trail, you're going to make a right-hand turn. You got several turns here, left and rights. Again, okay? You're hitting the apex. Hit the apex of the turn. That is key. And about this time, this poor sap, I mean, they're like ready to do the countdown, and I'm still just motoring through details here. This poor sap tries to start just sliding, shuffling away from me. I'm reaching out, grabbing him by the arm. I've still got a little more here, buddy. Okay? After these couple turns, you hit a nice little descent. And then another right-hand turn, you got a long, slightly downhill, false downhill section. Here's where you can start dreaming about the finish. You should already be working to pick off some runners in front of you. Keep that stride nice and big. Open it up. All right? Ignore the pain. You can start dreaming of the finish. Start pushing. Start digging yourself into the hole a little bit. You're getting there. You got a couple more turns. It's out of sight, out of mind. You got to snap the elastic of those leeches that have been running with you this entire time. Get rid of them. Get around that bend. Make a gap. Get out of sight, out of mind. As you're coming into the home stretch, 50, 75 yards from the finish, you got a curb there. You've got to get over this curb. You're going to be short on oxygen, a little blurry-eyed at this point. Hands might be tingling. Get over the curb. Get the knees up. Slight right-hander, right through the finish. You're home free. Be proud of your effort. Good job. Okay? So I finished with my details. I'm like, I've just made this person's day. Meanwhile, the race has already started, but we take off quickly, not a big deal. And anyhow, I finish. I'm standing near the finish line. I see this person coming in. I'm thinking, I'm cheering for him. We made a bond, a connection here before the race. I'm super excited to see how they're doing. It looks like they're making a move. They're finishing strong. We make eye contact, and this sucker, instead of veering towards the finish, just keeps heading straight, accelerating, zipping right to the parking lot, right to the cars. They're out of here. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe they didn't pay attention.